All right, I am live, everyone. If you're watching this as a pre-recorded thing or whatever, I'm just going to talk about my new coaching program, my new free community. It's been around for a while, but I have a free version of it. I'm just looking for my remote. Wait a second. Yeah, so I'm going to talk about it's on this platform called Skool. If you know who Alex Hormozy is and Sam Mullins, every course creator, online coach for anything is eventually gonna have one of these communities, and I'm on it. Let me show you what's in it. And then the point of this video, we're gonna have people come in for live coaching. I just told people I don't want any privacy weirdos, so we'll see if somebody wants to come forward and not hide their whole identity and actually show their face. So yeah, if you're in the chat and you want to get a free coaching call again, just comment your Instagram, I guess, and then I'll send you the StreamYard link, or you can message me on Instagram, either or, and you'll get a coaching session for free. But I just don't want any of these like super privacy weirdos, like, oh, I can't show my face. Da, 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 da. Like if I'm gonna dedicate, 15, 20 minutes, an hour of my time to coaching somebody. Okay, cool. Looks like we got one. All right. Esteban Duran, however you pronounce it. I'm gonna get you in just a second, but first I wanted to share my school community. But yeah, you'll be the first, buddy. So first come, first serve. Don't go anywhere. So this is Modern Dating Mastery. If you're just on the free version of it, let me go to Classroom right here. You see where it says, yeah, all this stuff that says free, you get access to. So the first cool thing is the text messages database. By the way, if you guys want to join here, I'll drop a link. This is the link to join this right here. Again, it's free, 100% free. You don't got to pay me shit. Yeah, I'm not going to answer any questions in here unless it's maybe a super chat, or if you want to get like turn on your camera, show your face, have a good microphone, good internet connection, and actually like chat like normal people, then I'll start answering it. So anyway, we have in here openers. Oh, by the way, what I'm showing now is a text messages database, because look, everybody in here hates texting girls. You hate thinking of like, oh, what's the next perfect witty text message I'm going to send her? So openers for dating apps, like here's curiosity based openers. These are my this is what I fall back on the most. It looks like we have a few things in common. That pose tells me everything I think I need to know about you, or that smile tells you everything I need to know about you. And then there's notes about each one, so you can kind of follow it up. Like if you send her, hey, so you just match, hey, that cute little smile you make, I think it tells me everything I need to know about you. What is it? What does it mean? What does it say about me? I'll say, well, yeah, you look very sexy and classy with just a little bit of troublemaker thrown in the mix. Ha ha ha! Really? Well, I do have a wild side, I guess. Ha, ha, ha. Questions for like the early stages, questions for like the middle and later stages. Like you would never just match with a girl on a dating app and say, hey, let's play two truths and a lie, or hey, what's your love language? What are your red and green flags that you've learned from, dating and all this and that? But girls love to talk about this at later stages. And like we said, there's, all the stuff for the early stages, qualifications. If you don't have my texting stuff, or you don't know anything about dating, you won't really know what qualifications are, but they're there. How to reinitiate a conversation after a break. Like it's been 2 or 3 days. You're like, fuck, I got to text this bitch because, whatever, it's time. How to reinitiate the conversation. Anyway, and then there's a whole bunch of free courses in here. If you've DM'd me and stuff, you may have seen some of these, but some of them are new and updated. I've never been seen before. And like I said, some of them are either going to be updated soon or have been updated. How to meet women on Instagram, how to edit your photos, the job posting I use to hire virtual assistants, how to eliminate flaking, how to build a high status social media, and of course, how to do photography for dating apps and Instagram. So there you have it. All this stuff is free. Everything I just showed you is free. And I'm going to post the link now. It's redbeardrantz.net/school. Let me post a link in the comments. Yeah, check the comments. If you guys want to join that. I wonder if I can, I'll put it on screen. It's an easy URL. You can either just click it, or it's a pretty, just redbeardrantz.net. /school. Once again, guys, I'm gonna so Esteban Duran, I'm gonna look for you right now. Let me hold on a second. Okay, how do I invite? Copy the link. Okay, I'm about to go to your Instagram, Esteban. You need camera, bro. If you don't have a camera, this is gonna be a very short. Why can't I copy this? Can you not highlight comments? Okay, that's retarded. All right, I'll just Esteban Jader. Okay, it's easy. Instagram.com/Esteban J. Duran. By the way, someone asked me about Fortaleza. I have travel guides in the school community as well. Oh, Esteban, I recognize you. I thought you were AI. Oh, God damn it. It's not letting me. All right, give me a second. Fuck. I think if I follow you, it'll give me the message button. For some reason, sometimes it blocks. Okay, hit follow back. All right, now I can message you. All right, coming in hot, bro. Coming in hot. There you go. There you have the StreamYard link, Esteban. We'll get into our first coaching call. And that's that. Okay, cool. Carlos, I will not be in Fortaleza on September 7th. Unfortunately, I will be in Sao Paulo. How do you say it? Sao Paulo. Okay, so we're just waiting for Esteban to join. And again, like, yeah. Pereira, Colombia, I've never been. Oh, thanks, Vanley says my work ethic is insane. Appreciate that, bro. I might do another 30-day challenge. I every day of my life I'm just what's it called? Recording content. I'm either making the course better, new free trainings, new paid trainings, doing the travel guides, YouTube. I don't do many shorts anymore, but I think I can do another 30-day challenge. I have 6 videos I recorded today. I just woke up, did a lot of caffeine, I had nothing else to do. Like, I updated the whole photography section of my course again. I got I don't know, about some other stuff done in earlier days in the week, so I had nothing better to do. So yeah, I just updated the whole photography section. Yeah, I'll do another 30-day challenge again. Black Tiger, I'm sorry, I don't remember you, bro. Remind me in the chat. Where do we? Oh. Whatever. Yeah, I'm in Fortaleza. Okay. Esteban, what's up, bro? I messaged you the link to join StreamYard. You can do one-on-one coaching with me right now. All I ask is that you turn on your camera, like I said. Okay, anybody else? I'll do a first come, first serve. So Esteban is not joining. So if anybody wants, look, I can break down your Instagram. I can give you texting advice. I can give you photo advice. I can give you advice on when you're actually there, sitting across from the woman. If you have some confidence or vibe issues, not knowing how to escalate things, we can talk about best cities to go to, best countries to go to. We can talk about dietary choices, anything you want to know. But yeah, no privacy weirdos. I want this to actually like be good content. I want it to, be recorded, someone with a camera and stuff. And no one has the balls or courage to step up. Again, we're just waiting for Esteban. Esteban, if you're watching this, just message you on Instagram again to join. We got a Monty. Yeah, Monty's been a supporter, man. Supporting the channel. Was a recent video with Fresh Old. I'm in Brickell. Weather has been atrocious up until weekend. Yes. He's referring to a video I did with Fresh Print CEO, Walter Weeks. That is an old video. And that was from like, I guess, June or something like that. And it's something I had just plumb forgot about. And I decided to upload it. I don't know if I'm starting a trend or if it's just maybe I'm noticing it more, but I noticed Myron. I don't know if Myron and I formally talked about it, or I don't know if Myron watches my videos. I know Fresh does, but something I see coming up over and over again is just this more, what's the word? Acceptance or acknowledgement, awareness that any girl anywhere in the world, from Brazil to Miami, from Medellin to Mumbai, if you're a 7.5 to an 8, the odds that you're not involved in some form of sex work, even being a sugar baby, which I count as some form of sex work, um, is almost zero. Myron, just basically, he was with Rolo Tomasi. He said that 20% of all women, and I don't know if he meant like, I mean, I'm sure he meant, 18 to 36, demographic, just like normal women, it was like, 1 in 5. So 20% has done some form of sex work. And if you only talk strictly about like hot women, like 7.5s and up, he said it was as high as 50%. I think it's even more though. I think Myron Gaines is delusional and he's wrong. I think it's higher than 50%. But he's on the right track. And Myron, silly old Myron. He's just I don't know, a rascal, that Myron. Okay, so no one wants to get coached for free, whatever. I'll just start talking about random shit. What do you guys want me to talk about? I may just do like a topic. Anything you guys want? Also, if anyone wants to debate me, you can join up too. If anyone thinks like I'm out of my mind with anything, if you think like, oh, there's no way that this many girls are into sex work, or what's the word, I don't know, I think in the big major cities that are, quote unquote good for dating, nowhere's good for dating in the US, but the good for dating cities in the US, like Miami, Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, I think what's you call it, white guys is like almost the lowest of low. I'd say, Indian and Asian still gets worse, but I think like black guys are like the kings in those neighborhoods. Someone wants to debate me about that, you can come in and debate me that I don't know. If you think white boys have it the easiest even in those cities in the US, I think white boys have it easy in Latin America. I know white boys have it easy in Asia, but I think in America, yeah, anyone wants to debate me, call me ugly, talk that shit you've been waiting to talk. Tristan says, you meeting up with Austin soon? Yes. Austin and I, we talk, yeah, literally every single day. I'm in his group chats, he's in mine, and I'm meeting him in Kenya in less than a month. I'll be out there in like 3 weeks. That's going to be interesting. A white boy in Kenya. And apparently this is Austin saying it, not me. It's like the typical like African culture of everyone's trying to scam everyone, and it's gonna be funny if these girls think they can finesse me, because they're gonna look at me and be like, "Oh, that's the mark." Like, mid 30-year-old white guy, got a little gray in his beard, but they don't know that I survived Medellin hoes and LA hoes and all that. McSneed says, how do I learn Portuguese so well? Flashcards, reading, and getting formal classes, and then obviously living in Brazil and dating girls. All women want to pay and all men pay. It's just how is it accounted for? So I love the Tates, but you'll see these, some of these high value, quote unquote, high value guys. And they're like, they make fun of guys who trick or, pay for it, stuff like that. If you were to calculate Tristan Tate and Andrew Tate's hourly rate, what their time is worth, for them to even stop and look at a text message and think of what to say over 45 seconds, they just lost 10 grand in those 45. I mean, these guys are, almost billionaires, right? They lost 10 grand in that time. So like, I get it. I get tricking, and bro, like, you don't know how many times I'd be like, fuck, like, gotta take this bitch out to dinner, wine and diner. I was telling my buddy, like, even to like, get better at Portuguese, but whether you're sacrificing time to get better at Portuguese, dating, literally fucking anything. Time is time. It's the one asset you can't get back. Millionaires and rich people and, successful high status people know that time is the real asset, not money. Money can be gained and lost. Time, once it's burned, is burned forever. And you don't know how many times I'm like thinking like, damn, like, if I was to take some chick on a date from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m., by the time the cuddling and the cardio, the hardcore fucking is done, I won't dog whistle this. I'll just say when the cardio is done, or when the fucking is done. That's like what 7 to 12 is 5 hours. A Portuguese class, if I'm gonna do it hardcore, I'll be doing an hour and a half a day. I could script and record a YouTube video in that time in an hour and a half, or certainly over 5 hours. Bro, today I recorded 6 videos over the course of 3.5 hours. And some of my videos hit 40, 50. I have my top videos probably at like 80K views plus, and make me 10 to 20 grand. You never know which YouTube video is going to hit. But point being is like, I get why these guys, trick. Like in the long run, like I could make a lot more money if I would just have someone will come over, suck my dick, give her 70, 80, 90 bucks, whatever it is, and then just get back to work and just plug and make YouTube videos. And like, oh, I have to text them and take them out. And I have to, oh, I got to get my shirt from the dry cleaners and shit like that. Okay. 100% black guys have it easiest, even in Canada and West Coast. Yeah, they definitely do. I mean, here's the thing, right? Put it this way. If white guy, not if, but white guys have an advantage in Latin America, black guys, they can do well. I don't think the white advantage is that much stronger than just a general foreign or even a black American advantage. But let's say, okay, white guys do better, have a more of an advantage in Latin America. Black guys have more an advantage in America. Who the fuck cares who has the advantage in America? The women are still masculine and terrible as fuck. So it's like, yes, like, let's say I went to America and, I could put on black skin or something and be a black guy in America. And I had an advantage for being black in Miami now, especially in Miami, the black advantage is actually crazy strong. It's actually crazy how much black is preferred in Miami. But so what? So now a bunch of masculine, entitled women with zero femininity, zero good values, all hoes, all been ran through. Now all of a sudden they want me. I prefer it this way, being white, and means I have the advantage in Latin America, because whatever. What were he think black guys have it easier in the US? Yes, I do. Yeah, in the US. Everyone keeps telling me I should link up with Floyd. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Yeah. Oh, also, yeah, that's another thing too. Franklin pointed out, I did speak Spanish before I learned Portuguese, which helped a lot. Yeah. Does anyone want to debate me? Does anyone want to get on camera, just talk some shit, or get a free coaching call, get their Instagram broken? Are you guys all privacy weirdos? Okay. Like, some of you guys just like work at like a Nissan dealership in Idaho. Like, oh, I don't want people at the Nissan dealership to know that I talked to Casey Redbeard. Oh my God, the horror. Like, what are you worried about? Someone tell me in chat, what is the logical conclusion for not just hopping on and showing your face and having a conversation with me about something? Seriously, what is going to happen? Like, oh no, my baby mama will know that I follow Casey Redbeard, who gives self-help dating advice. Whoa. Yeah, someone debate me, man. Someone talk some shit. Someone get some coaching. Dating is just exhausting, all entitled, etc. Not sure it's worth it anymore. Rather wait and scream for a girlfriend. So, okay. I agree and disagree with you. Here's my 2 cents on that. Yes, dating is exhausting. I talk about dating fatigue. Look, even like just the texting bitches and the flaking. Like, I love Brazilian women, but it is one of the lowest places I've ever been in terms of respect for a man's time. I always said, like, I'd rather, like, I can probably get, if I'm swiping on the app all day, I can get 20 matches in a day, all really hot girls in Brazil. But fuck if like the majority of those women aren't going to flake and waste my time. And listen, I can get some online dating, virtual assistants, yada, yada. I'm not crying. I still get a lot of success. But I've always said, like, I would rather just, okay, fuck, don't give me 20 matches a day. Give me 1 match a week. But that 1 match is hot and ready to go. And she's like, logically, I matched with you for a reason on this app. We're here to meet up. So that gets exhausting. And yes, women are entitled. But a lot of you guys speak from the Western world, the perspective. It's becoming more globalized, unfortunately, especially Brazil. Maybe I'll do more travel. Maybe I'll go to Uruguay, or I don't know, Chile or something. It'll be different. Actually, I've heard feminism is taking hold in Chile, but it is slowly becoming more globalized. But a lot of you guys take perspectives and, I don't know, points of view from the West, and this whole like, or will rather wait and screen for a girlfriend. So you didn't exactly say this, but the whole like rather like wait and work on myself thing is a fallacy. You'll just get more depressed. It really is. If you guys saw one of my videos, I burned my penis in a cooking accident, and I haven't been able to use my dick. I'm not going to get, I've kind of been able to like use the tip a little bit, and have a little bit of fun recently, but thank God I didn't burn the tip. I burned the base with this like hot oil cooking accident. But it made me realize why men do terrible things, why they assault women, why they go to schools and shoot up the place and unalive people. And it's not justified, it's not warranted, doesn't make it right or permissible that they do that. But I understand, like, for the first time in my life, as a guy who could get oxytocin release and endorphins. Oh, he's here. For the first time, I got to experience what it was like to like be a quote unquote incel or whatever. Not because no girl wanted to bang me, but because I had an injury. All right, you're gonna need to turn on your camera, sir, or you are not going to be added to the studio. But we have Esteban. There he is. He's on camera.
Can you hear
Hey,
me just fine?
we sure can.
Oh, perfect, perfect. So yeah, I've heard of you actually through like my the Fresh and Fit podcast, and the whole Red Pill community, and that's how I bumped into your page. So I appreciate your work, what you've been doing. So I have a couple questions regarding women and dating. So what are your like top countries that you look at, or national, or yeah, top countries that you look at for like you would consider like wifey material that you have noticed?
Yeah, before I answer that question, bro, I got a question for you. You're a fucking Chad, bro. What are you doing on a dating help channel? You don't need any help, bro.
Thanks.
You're mad cute, no homo. Okay, check this out, bro. I'm gonna show his share my screen real quick. This is this dude's Instagram. Um, I thought this dude was fucking AI, bro. Like,
Oh no, no.
well, that
I'm
photo is AI, but like, no homo, you're a good looking cat, bro.
not.
Even
Thank you,
though
bro.
it just goes to show. It just goes to show, man. These hoes are so fucked up that even a guy who looks like this needs help and advice. And there's zero shame in it because we all, bro, like 90% of the passport bros I meet, like, fit guys, 5'10, 5'11, shit like that. Just goes to show, like, if guys that look like this still don't have bitches lining up for them. Okay, so to answer your question, um, you said, what was the best country for women with good values for like wifey material?
Exactly, yeah, because well, I'm from Dominican Republic. I do like the women in my country, so but I haven't really traveled as much or really get to experience other countries and stuff. And I just wanted to get your opinion on that. Like, what are from your experience? What have you found they have the best value for wife and mother? For that kind of
Yeah.
value.
And just one more quick question, then I'll get into it. Where do you are you an American as well?
I am. I live in New York. Yep.
Okay, I was gonna say you got mad good English if you're like in Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Okay, so to answer your question, yeah, I need to travel more, bro. I would say surprisingly Mexican girls. I would say that the Colombian women not in Medellin can be good. The thing about Colombian women is they come in like two different styles, two different flavors. There's like the really traditional ones, really really good values. They fall back, like, I put it this way: if the Colombian girl goes to church and she like actually goes to church and um like follows the religion and stuff like that, not just like a fake like she goes to church type thing, then those are good girls. I've heard Bucaramanga is a good city for that. But it's hard to say, like, because when you talk about Colombia, people always assume Medellin and stuff. By the way, I'm getting a little bit of feedback. Could you put in headphones or just mute yourself while I'm talking then? Because I'm hearing myself talk through your
Uh,
speakers. Yes, okay, that's good now. Yeah, when you want to talk, just unmute yourself. Be better for the show. See, it's like it's so diverse. It's like saying, like, what's an American girl look like? Were you talking about Detroit, Compton, Vermont, Alaska, South Florida? What like an American girl could be Latina, black, white. So that's the same thing about Colombia. I would say not Brazil. This live will definitely get me canceled in Brazil, but I'm just gonna keep it real because I'm tired of the one of the most common comments or things I hear in my DMs is like, you're the only motherfucker who keeps it real or has the balls to say how it really is. And I've already been canceled so many fucking times. What's another cancellation? But yeah, I love Brazilian girls. They manage their femininity and also ambition and drive and intelligence very well. The good balance of both. They can be super smart, ambitious, but also be like, little kitten, submissive, loving girls. They like maintain that both, but they got mileage, bro. Brazilian girls, there's always exceptions, But by and large, Brazilian girls, they come with a side order of extra mileage. So definitely, if you're looking for like, I mean, look, they can be great women, but they just been ran through more. And I honestly need to travel more. I've heard that the countries you don't hear, talked about as much, like Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador is probably lit now because if anybody doesn't know what's going on in El Salvador, the country used to be completely under the control of MS-13. There was like a terrorist state, basically. And the president, I'm paraphrasing and simplifying things, but he basically put all of MS-13 in jail, and it's super safe now. I've heard that they have amazing bodies, but not the best faces. But I would think that those countries, and again, no passport bros to compete with in Nicaragua. Costa Rican girls were great. But listen, my experience is basically like Medellin, Sao Paulo, and a few other cities that I'm just now getting to in Brazil. So I can't really answer that, my friend. But I would say, yeah, like probably like, Peru, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Honduras, El Salvador. Like I said, these countries that aren't like, talked about a lot, that certainly have, Americans and stuff like that would be good. But it's always on the individual girl, right? Anything's been America.
And then, so I have a follow-up question regarding that.
Sure.
So hypothetically, if you were, as a guy living in America, if you were to go out and find, let's say, someone in Peru or Mexico.
Uh-oh. Was that just you chat? You can hear me, right? It was just him that cut out. I hope it's not my internet. Just say something. Say we can hear you, Casey. If it's just him, just let me know if it's him or me or. So I think my internet's good. I think it's just his went out. I'm gonna turn on my cell phone and make sure because you guys aren't letting me know in the chat. But yeah, is it just him that timed out or is it my internet? Because this shit is ridiculous. Him that timed out or is it my internet? Okay, I'm still good. His follow-up question was, I don't know what it was gonna be. Something like if you find that girl, whatever. Oh, yeah. Is it Estevan? We can't hear you, or at least I can't. Chat, you can't hear him, can you? Your video and your audio went out. I'll just answer some questions from the chat. Yeah, someone said Mexico. Yeah, Mexico, I definitely have some really, really good women. Estevan, you can just rejoin. I guess he had an internet issue. Where is good to go in Mexico if you're not looking to get kidnapped by cartels? What's funny? I don't know if it's coincidentally or if it's I don't know what the reason is, but most of the cities in Mexico that have the hottest women are cartel controlled cities. Sinaloa, any part of Sonora, Jalisco, Guadalajara, all these types of places, Acapulco, they have the hottest girls. Like there could be some exception. I'm not an expert on Mexico, but I know Mexico City, you almost don't. Yeah. Mo Sophie. Yeah, there is if you show your face, bro. I just don't want any privacy weirdo. So Mo Sophie, post your Instagram if you're not going to be a privacy weirdo. If you'll turn on your mic and camera, then you can join and jam with me. Franklin says, Casey, go to Minas Gerais in Brazil to find better wife material. Yeah, I want to go to Belo Horizonte. Yeah, well, post your Instagram, bro. I don't know where to send the link to. I'm not going to post it publicly here. So yeah, post your Instagram and then I'll send you the link to your Instagram. Vá mandar o link para seu Instagram. All Spanish girls cheat these days. Those days are over. It's kind of like, how do you say it? Oh, Esteban's back. Okay, cool. I'm gonna add him to the stage. Oh, you're back, brother.
Oh, sorry, I had one of my side chicks call me just now.
Oh, just one of many. Okay, cool.
So I'm not sure if you heard my follow-up questions.
No, go repeat it, please.
So I was saying, so let's say hypothetically, if you found a good woman, over in Peru or Mexico or one of those countries, right? And your goal was to bring her back into the country, like, with dealing with the whole family law and, all the stuff that's going on in the US, how would you go about that? And would you leave her in the country or would you bring her back in the States?
Man, so you're bringing up my anxiety. You're triggering a panic attack and anxiety for me, brother. I've thought about this so much. There's this dilemma, right? Of like, because I talk about my small town strategy. If you guys haven't heard of it, it's kind of obvious. The girls from small towns, small cities are always um, more receptive. They have better values. They're not spoiled. Even girls from quote unquote third world countries in big cities have quickly their values and expectations ruined by all the millionaire playboys, influencers, athletes, and just look, rich, good looking guys flock to fun, cool cities. That's why they go there. And like shitty cities, when guys get a bunch of money, they tend to leave those shitty cities. And if you go to a city like, I don't know, I'm not going to name any places, I don't want to offend anybody, but like certain places in certain countries, yeah, you can pick up well there. But then it's like, okay, cool. Now that you found your beautiful 8.5, submissive, intelligent, you guys get along, chemistry girl, and XYZ shit city, are you going to go live and raise kids in shit city? Or are you going to bring her back? And uh what does that entail? That's a good fucking question. So one thing I know about me is that I it's it's part of like my masculine frame, my game, my ability to understand female psychology and my screening, right? That I could bring a girl back and not have her, the nightmare scenario that everybody always worries about with this, of them, yeah, becoming Americanized once they get the green card. Once you're legally married, now they can, take everything, just turning into a total bitch. And yeah, the nightmare, take your kids away, divorce you, take half your money. Now she's, fucking the pool boy while you're paying her, XYZ in alimony, right? I'll never say never. And look, maybe someone will pull up this recording as I'm going through a nasty divorce and say he was wrong, Redbeard was wrong. But and listen, I can't control every girl, and but my screening is legendary. I have a lot of guys that have almost as good of a masculine frame and game and understanding of women that I do, but they just have poor choices. They got into relationships with masculine women who, like, they'll say, "Oh, I have to ask my girl permission. I'll go on a trip. Yeah, let me just make sure if my girl is cool with it." And I'm like, make sure your girl is cool with it. Like, you do what you want, and you don't get back talk from her like ever. That's how I roll. Um, so yeah, good question. I'll try to answer that. You got to know yourself. You got to know, again, how strong your masculine frame is. By the way, Sophie, I'm going to send you the link right now as well. Kind of be realistic about it. And like, here's the thing. I mean, you're Dominican. You said you were, I think born there, but you live in New York now. I assume you're fluent in Spanish. You know the culture and the lay of the land. If you feel like you could have a better quality of life doing something remotely online, you're even just 5, 6, 7K a month, probably enough to live out there with a pretty good life, even supporting a wife and kid. Obviously aim for more like 8, 9, 10 grand, but whatever. And you think you have a, be happy there, cool. I'm not sure about raising kids if I want to do it in Latin America. I would probably prefer them to be, culturally American. I don't know. Maybe there's an American school in a foreign country, but the answer is I don't fucking know, brother. And I'm worried. I'm scared too. I don't know. I don't know what to do because yeah, it's like, I think I want my kids to grow up and be schooled in America. And I know one thing, like I would study like asset protection and have everything under like, a shell company that's owned by a conglomerate that's, joint between Hong Kong and Virgin Islands, XYZ country. Like I'd have all my assets like tied up in, several countries and layers of shell companies and whatnot, to kind of protect myself. I heard, I'm not sure if this is true, but Badman Kevo, who I don't know what his net worth is, 10, 20, 30 million. He's a rich guy. But Badman Kevo, former rapper turned just like general entrepreneur, he has 3 kids and he pays, I think it was like $1,800 a month for his like 3 kids child support, which which is nothing. The guy's, I think at any given time he's wearing like 500K in terms of like jewelry and whatnot. But yeah, you know what? As it becomes like an, I mean, you guys know me. I'll nerd out on this and I'll obsess over this. And when I end up having to go through this or consider it, um, I'll do a full report on my findings. Probably Mo Sophie or whatever. You've officially been sent the link. We got a super chat real quick. bring a black girl to the US, but choose a small rural town under 10,000 people and far away from big and even mid-sized cities. Thoughts? Esteban, do you have any thoughts on this, or just anything you wanted to comment on what I said earlier?
No. So it just seems like you're playing like the waiting game just to see how, maybe in the future you'd consider it. But um, I guess no. I what I thought about was like, maybe going over to like Dominican Republic. Let's say, I've had my family members recommend me a couple good women out there. So, one of the things I was considering just starting a family over there and then slowly making the move over there since I know Dominican Republic well, and just kind of keeping her away from the states and stuff. So that was an option, but I'm just trying to see what's the best solution for men out here in America. Especially going on with the family law. I know prenup is an option, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah, you can also like, can you mute yourself, please? Or I'll mute you. I can do it. But and Mo will have you jump in just a second. You can ask questions or give your thoughts. Let me answer this. I'll answer Estevan real quick, and then we'll answer the super chat, and I have another quick anecdote. Again, I'll have to like see when I cross that bridge and come to it myself. I know that there's, kind of hacks. I think it all just comes down to screening. And look, in your unique situation, or for other of you guys who've like kind of like fall in love with Brazil or other country, if you can see a better life there long term, if you really like the culture of that country, and most of us Passporos are probably gonna get homesick and eventually, want to come home. Some of us won't. That's a good option for you. But yeah, as far as like protection and stuff, again, I think it really, really, so much of this of life in general is, again, part of me, maintaining a girl who like when she got to the US wouldn't leave me. Like she's not gonna like say, well, now I can get any American. Now I'm gonna get like a version of Casey that's even taller and better looking and richer, and my hypergamy is gonna kick in. Part of it is like, your masculine frame, you're understanding of female psychology, your game and all that. And part of it's just screening, just choosing the right girl. Like, did you choose a girl with a low body count, who's super feminine, who's super compliant, who, if you tell her like, hey, you're gonna have a small social media, she's gonna do it. And so I think the answer for right now, I'm gonna say is screening. And then, just Clan Siege. Yeah, I love it. I'm assuming you mean, when I say a black girl, I assume you mean like an African girl, like an actual African girl. Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm gonna go to Kenya, Nairobi. That's not a small city with under 10,000 people, but I can maybe get a feel for some of that out there. And I knew one guy, he might have been Brazilian. He was like a quote unquote like a white Brazilian, but um, he was a former student of some other dating coaches that I guess I won't mention, but whatever. And he really loved black girls. He moved to Africa. He had a decent amount of money. I don't think he was like super bomb. I think he made like, 15, 20K a month, maybe 25K. He did pretty well. And bro, yeah, long story, he got like 7 or 8 wives in Africa. They're all black as my t-shirt. He loves it. They seem to love him. He's super happy. They seem happy. They never have to want or need for anything. He's getting all of them pregnant. They all live in one big household with 7 like actual African girls. So I don't know. That's an option. But anyway, Mo, I'm gonna unmute you. So what's up, brother? What do you want to talk about? Do you have a question? How's it
What's
going?
up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we sure can.
Perfect. Yeah, first time talking to you, man. I was talking to Austin before as well. I don't know if you saw that. We were talking about Germany. I live in Germany.
Wunderbar.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of late here. But yeah, I was like, I'm doing my research, and I was also talking with Austin, also with his chat. Where could I have the best options, or like have an abundance when it comes to dating? Because as you might see, I'm Middle Eastern, brown as well. I'm also short, 5'3". But I also like commented a couple of times on your videos. Like,
Yeah.
I had some good success in the Philippines.
Yeah, I remember now. Yep. As soon as you said
Yeah.
that.
The Philippines is like most of the girls are like 5'0", like average height over there, and they're more open towards brown guys and Middle Eastern. It's a different culture there. But I would like to explore other options and then see other parts of the world, and not only the Philippines. And I always hear like mixed opinions, and it's kind of weird, like, especially when it comes to Poland, for example, or some parts of Eastern Europe. Some people say yes, they welcome brown guys or Middle Eastern guys, and some say it's more racist. For sure, Serbia, I think, or like some other parts are racist. I heard that as well. In Scandinavia, I heard mixed opinions. It's kind of hard to.
Yeah, so you're not a bad looking guy by any means. Your social media actually looks pretty good. Let me take a quick look at it again.
Yeah, I did some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. No, your social media is okay. I mean, it's not the best I've seen, but it's definitely like good for sure. It's a pretty all right social media. Yeah, I'll show it on the screen real quick as I talk about this stuff. Present. Oh shit, what am I doing here?
I didn't fully optimize it for dating the IG, but I had Tinder in the Philippines. And that went well.
Philippines, they're like super receptive. So yeah, this is his Instagram. Freelancer, video editing, graphic design, holistic self-improvement, currently Deutschland. All right, and we'll just kind of scroll through here. Really
obviously,
good.
I don't do all these pictures on Tinder, right?
You said you do or you don't?
Not all these pictures that I have on my IG. I'm not using them for Tinder, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't optimize it for dating my IG. But yeah, I used Tinder in the Philippines and it went well. I had like 4 dates in the first 2 weeks.
Nice. Yeah. So you unfortunately have like, one of the few things that can't be fixed. Like, hair can be transplanted, muscles can be gained, body fat can be shed, height. I don't think that leg surgery, if you don't know what I'm talking about, like they break your legs and shit, and then you have arthritis and pain for the rest of your life when you're older. Or maybe not, I don't know. Tinder Passport is good for judging dating markets. Inside my community, you have to do the paid version, but there's some travel guides in there. But I want to do more of a hive mind. I've only reviewed like a few countries and cities in Latin America. It's like a work in progress that I'm building out. But
yeah, I want to go to Colombia next year, and I'm learning Spanish at the moment as well. I had Spanish in a class in a university, so yeah.
Nice. I will say one thing. I was traumatized by a city called Goiânia in Brazil. The hottest girls. This is like one of the few cities that I would say can actually like equal Medellin. There's very, very few cities that can equal, Cartagena, Barranquilla, Medellin, however you pronounce it. But Goiânia has, by orders of magnitude, the hottest girls in Brazil, and a high, like, not just like, oh, when you see a hot girl, they're like beautiful or 9s and 10s, a hot like density, a hot like hotness rate. Whereas like Sao Paulo, you'll see like ugly girls all day. Then you go to the right venue or the right place and you'll see like something beautiful. Goiânia, they're like all hot. I could match with any girl on Tinder. Dude, I had my VA like tracking down like beauty pageant winners on Instagram, follow them, instantly follow me back, chat me up, set up plans, video call, flake, do that. Flake central. I've never seen a more like disrespectful, like disregard for like a man's fucking time. Like, this is my time, bitch. I, maybe got like banged like 4 or 5 girls over the course of like 3 weeks. All of them were not from Goiânia. They were from like the north of Brazil or some random area. So the reason I tell that story is because don't necessarily, I think that's an outlier. I think for the most part, when you're matching with girls on dating apps or you're following girls on Instagram, they're following back, they're chatting, they're getting video calls with you. I think Goiânia was like a weird thing. And look, if I maybe would try it again at some point after my trauma dies down a little bit. But again, I just say that to kind of, sometimes you can get bamboozled. But I mean, look, dude, are you like passporting in these like places that you've heard mixed things about? Are you getting any real data?
You mean like traveling for a short amount of time?
Oh, sorry. When I say passport, I mean it's called Tinder Passport. It means changing your location on Tinder to be in that city.
I honestly don't use Tinder. I just did use it in the Philippines because it works. Because of the height, it's not an issue. I tried it here in Germany. I tried it elsewhere. But yeah, I never used it in South America. But I want to test it there, and I want to also do some cold approach, not only Tinder. And I also noticed that girls like friend request me on Facebook as well from the Philippines, and that works, and they message me first. So that's like interesting. I don't have to see in Germany. That might work as well in South America for sure.
Are you born and raised in Germany, or?
I wasn't even a year old when I came here.
Okay. Where are you born?
I'm 37 now. It's my birthday today, by the way.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
What's your background?
Afghanistan. Persian.
Okay, you're Afghani. Okay,
Yeah,
you're
but
so
I grew
you're
up in
Afghani.
Germany.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay.
bad times.
Okay. And do you like Asian girls a lot, or Asian girls your thing?
They're cute or fine, but my favorite I would say is Latinas.
Latinas, yeah. So some Filipinas look Latina.
Yeah,
Not
some
many. Some do. It's kind of rare, but some of them I would swear look like Latinas. Or kind of like a mixture.
they have like
Um,
ethnic background, like Spanish, like Latin
yeah,
American
a
background.
little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah. A lot of how can I say this? Forced genetic intermingling without consent. Uh but anyway, that's a history of Latin people anyway, right? So yeah, I would do the Tinder passport thing. Obviously, I think if you watch my content, you only get your Tinder basically only works for like the first 3 weeks to 3 to 6 weeks. Then they kind of like stop showing you girls, and you have to reset your account. And there's ways to do that. But yeah. So if you guys are watching this, yeah, let that be known. Your Tinder only basically works and shows you matches, or like if you're like a chat on an easy market, it probably like always works. But you get what I'm saying. Make a brand new Tinder account, and just that's like your first layer of indication. Then I would say, listen, if you can like get girls on video calls pretty consistently. Again, I think Guayana was that city in Brazil was like the one outlier. I would be shocked if like you're matching with girls in Poland, and other expats are saying that they're not flaky by nature, and you're getting them on video calls, and you just have no trouble getting cute Polish girls on video calls. I highly doubt you go to Poland, they all flake you. I think that one city in Guayana was kind of, or in that city in Brazil, was kind of an outlier. So yeah, I mean, look, dude, rather than what you anecdotally heard here and there, put your boots on your digital boots on the ground, or so to speak. Put your Tinder profile there, and then you can even start using Instagram as well. Once you harvest a few Instagrams from girls there, you can see. I don't know if you watch my content, my free Instagram guide. I call it the tap tap method. Once you get like from swiping either from girls' profiles, sometimes they just list their Instagram in their bio, or from matching a few girls. You should know this by now. You chat. What's your Instagram? Chat. I never do 4 or 5 messages max. Usually it's like 2 or 3 messages max on a dating app before getting Instagram. Then you'll kind of like have a few girls in Poland, Finland, Colombia, whatever it is. And then you can kind of like, say you got a girl, her name is Laura. You have Laura from Bucaramanga. So you're talking, or from Manizales. Laura from Manizales. And
Yeah.
then who's liking her photos? Who's she following? Who's following her? Who's commented? What are like the hot girls that have private profiles? But you can tell from like actually now on Instagram, they didn't used to do this. It's like the last year or 2 years, you can actually click the tiny photo. It'll like expand and show you what they look like. Start, just sending, do that like, 10 to 12 a day. And yeah, are you getting follow backs? I mean, it's, it's called research, my man. I mean, try it.
Yeah, I mean, I was someone like a passport broker or whatever, like a black American guy. He was sending me a friend request. He lives in Colombia or something. And then I got some friend requests from Colombian girls as well, but they seemed like hookers. I'm not sure. Like, could be fake as
Yeah.
well. I don't
Well,
know.
if they're from Medellin, then they're hookers.
Yeah, from Medellin. But did you see guys like me in Colombia?
So put it this way, when I first got to Colombia once upon a time, how do I put it? Obviously, the tall, super good looking white gringo probably does the best.
The same in the Philippines.
Yeah, of course. Everywhere except like America and maybe certain parts of Europe. But as I talked about earlier, I don't give a fuck if black guys have an advantage with the masculine fat American women. They can take all the American woman advantage that they want. I'll happily take the Asian and Latina advantage. But anyway, all I'm trying to say is like kind of there's an expression, a high tide raises all boats. So even if white guys are, maybe the preferred, I've seen guys like you crush it. Definitely in Brazil as well. They're known to be like, yeah, Indian, fucking Pakistani, Afghani, whatever it is. They don't care.
Which part of Brazil? South, right? I heard the South is good.
Yeah, the South. So I was talking about this to a friend. The thing about Brazil is that because it's such a diverse country, kind of like America, I don't know if I was talking about this with a friend or on the live stream already, but I think it was on the live actually. Yeah, you said like, what's an American girl? Are you talking about Vermont or are you talking about South Central Los Angeles, right? Like, so what, what is an American girl? Same thing in Brazil. Every city is so diverse and different. And the unfortunate thing about Brazil is anywhere that's like desirable to live, that has good infrastructure, it's safe, other cool expats to hang out with, actual paved sidewalks so you can kind of like walk through the city a little bit. Those cities all fucking suck for dating. All the hottest girls, not all, most of the hottest girls are pay for play. And then you just have insane competition from the locals. It's not one of these countries where like the Philippines, where I roll up and I'm 10 feet taller. And like, these are like big muscular arms in the Philippines. I know like in the US, these are not considered like jacked arms. I'm like jacked for the Philippines, right? I'm not jacked by Brazil standards, not even close. So yeah, you got a lot of big, good looking guys. I would say your best bet, bro. I mean, like I said, do research. Fuck what I say. Fuck what anybody, like, dude, Tinder's what, like Tinder Platinum or Tinder Gold is either like between $30 and $50 a month.
And just
Before
try
you're
all
gonna
different cities, right?
just try them.
Change
Just
my
try them. Yeah.
location. I never did it like, okay, I can change my location and try out and see where I get the most likes, the most interactions, and that's where I can.
Exactly. And you can even hide your distance. You can hide your location and not show it. It's something that'd be good for Tinder. You know what I do? I kind of cheat, like, okay, I won't even show up, but there's a photo you have right now where you're sitting in some office, there's a black globe, and my point being, it could be anywhere in the world.
Hotel room, I think, in the Philippines.
Okay. Yeah, there's like a poster of like an Asian girl, I think, in the background on the wall. But the point being is like that could be anywhere in the world. So like if I here, I'll show some of my I'll share my screen right now. This is if you're gonna like commit to a city, even like doing research, then I would do more than just like a few days. Let me scroll down here. So
I mean, obviously if I go to Colombia, I will stay there for a while. I might even like aim for the digital nomad visa.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, I was in the Philippines for 6 months.
Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, I remember when you left that comment. That was probably like what, 3 or 4 months ago. I remember when you originally left your comment. But anyway, point being is this could be any beach. If I tag this as like Redondo Beach, California, Manhattan Beach, California, like if a girl really, really, really knows her city, okay, like maybe you could get caught up. But like point being, that could be any fucking hotel. This could be any rooftop lounge, right? Like even if a girl's like, no, I've been to, the Dazzler, rooftop lounge like she doesn't know every corner of it. Or like, here, I could tag this as fucking anything. So like this street. So basically what I'm saying is like, if I know I'm going to commit to Denmark or whatever, I would just tag these as like random hotels or luxurious restaurants in Denmark. Maybe not so much the restaurants, but or like this beach. This is actually
you can fake it basically. Yeah, again.
Yeah, I would just you can put the location as like literally anything. Yeah, so I mean that's what I would say, man. Is like, look, there's free Passport Bro Facebook groups. That's what I would say. Free Passport Bro Facebook groups. Ask around. Go on YouTube, aka like the same way you would research or learn.
I'm doing like you right now.
Yeah. Ask me, and then change your location and actually fucking, a combination of dating apps and Instagram and see what happens. But again, if you go to Colombia, just definitely don't go to Medellin. Bogota, fine. But Medellin, you're only going to find sex workers, and like you could legitimately lose your life. I think about 8 to 12 foreigners get killed every month now. Since January, it's been about, I call it like, actually, I think that's only American. So all foreigners probably double that. I call about 20 foreigners get drugged, robbed, kidnapped, and murdered in Medellin per month since January 1st. Every month.
Don't you think they do obvious mistakes and they don't speak Spanish well and they do some bullshit? Because I mean, there's a lot of foreigners then. Nothing happens.
No. Good looking guy. Like, dude, they'll play the long game with you, bro. She'd be like, I've heard stories about like firsthand experience. Like I know the guy will tell a story. He'll be like, I met this girl. She flaked me a bunch of times. I took her on the date. She wouldn't even kiss me. She never mentioned drinking. It took me 3 days to get her back to my place. She never asked me for money. And then, finally she had sex with me. And then we were like dating for like 2 weeks. Then, she proposed, like, we drink and celebrate. She got me drunk, robbed me. I'm like,
I was
dude, like
planning to go
anybody could get caught up like that.
Yeah, because I was thinking about going to Medellin, but maybe just stay there for a week and then go to Pereira. I was also having that as an option. Pereira, it's a smaller city.
Yeah, they call it perra, like perreira, because like perra means like what, like bitch, hooker. Perreira,
Terra.
anywhere in Antioquia, bro, is probably gonna have like that piece. Again, I would Bucaramanga. Go to Bucaramanga. I've heard the girls aren't hot in Manizales. The values would be like through the roof, but I heard again, fuck what like my friend Lewis told me one time about Manizales. Like, yeah, like, dude, like what I would do is like I would say like I would ask ChatGPT, make me a list of all the countries, sorry, all the cities. Make me a list of all the cities in Colombia with less than under 2 million, under 3 million, but above 500,000. 500,000 to 3 million, something around that. You know, 2 million to 2.5 probably being ideal. And yeah, it would be like Ibagüe or something. But again, understand that, you know, the more there's an inverse relationship to foreigner or passport bro advantage and quality of life. Now, it's different. If you bring your friends, bro, put me in a shitty third world city with nothing to do with like 7 or 8 of my good friends, and oh, we'll tear it up. We'll have a good old time. But it's just hard to convince you. So it really just depends. Are you with friends or without? But assuming you're going to be alone or only with one friend.
You're probably alone
Yeah.
at the beginning.
What'd you say?
Probably alone at the beginning, but I will try
Yeah.
to see if I can network with some guys. But man, I was like really planning to go to Medellin and stay there for a long time. But you're
Yeah.
telling me this. I mean, I heard a lot of it about it. I had also a consultation with someone about Medellin.
I mean, bro, like,
but then many people say it's safe and you have to pay, like you have to be careful, and you hear mixed reviews, you know, at the same
bro,
time. Yeah, it's crazy.
okay, like, I don't know how else to say this other than like, all those guys are fucking idiots and they're retards. And they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. That's the most polite way I could put it. The average IQ of Medellin, it's like you're talking to a tree frog. Like, bro, we call it like the deer in headlights.
Are we
I'll do
including
like,
the expats and the nomads as well? Are we
yeah,
including them?
like bro, like we like you'll just like ask somebody, like you'll be like, hey, so if I know it's like the double bacon cheeseburger, but I just want to get it like without the cheese. Like, can you make that happen? They just like stare. It's like, dude, is there a brain in there? Like they just do. They're just like weirdos. All the guys have a weird effeminate personality. Everyone, like, bro, like there's a tangible tension of like, you are the foreigner. Like in Germany, it's probably this way. America, Canada, Australia, you're just like another guy. Like, bro, I remember growing up, there would be like a Saudi guy at my table, an Indian guy, a black guy, a Japanese guy, and like me. And then like a bunch of Mexicans thrown out the mix. And like we never, like, of course, like you notice ethnicity, you notice different cultures, but like we never looked at anybody as like that different. You're always going to be seen as the foreigner. You're never going to be accepted into society. All the women that are available at dating foreigners are into some type of sex work. It's like a black hole. It's like passport bro training wheels. Like you get off the plane, there's 9 million other expats that are like, oh, I'll be your friend. You know,
It's
we're
everywhere, man. It's outside the West.
yeah.
It's crazy. They all escape the West. They all run away.
Yeah. But like Medellin, it's just like you can just slide into like an instant social circle. You'll get in like the Medellin like WhatsApp group for entrepreneurs, and there's like, you know, 1,000 people, and they're probably like, you know, a third of them or less are even still in Medellin. But yeah, they're all virtue signaling, blue pill. I can't say this word on YouTube. Maggots with an F.
Yeah.
And dude, like the people there yeah, just don't go to Medellin, bro. Like I've talked,
Yeah.
you will regret it. You'll sit there
Thanks.
like,
Thank you for telling me that. Yeah.
yeah, you'll sit there like a year and a half in and be like, wait a minute, I really dated like no girl of any substance and like met any cool people. Let me just follow up on these chats. See, I live in Pereira. Yeah, JVC. Okay, so what do you think? Put in the chat. What do you think of Pereira? I've heard that the girls, it's like a worse Medellin, has just as bad values, but the girls aren't as hot and it's more boring. But I'm sure, again, I'm sure there's like another side to it though.
Someone said they weren't receptive to foreigners in Pereira, and JVC is saying Bucaramanga or Cali is your best bet.
Yeah, they don't like gringos like that. Yeah, almost anywhere in Antioquia. Yeah, yeah, remember I said Bucharest? Yeah, Cali. Cali's actually good, bro. I can
Kelly's
connect you with
dangerous,
the
bro.
guy, Steven. You know, like the only guy who is brave enough. I've done a lot of photo shoots and coach a lot of guys, but I always show up the same testimonial of a guy I did a photo shoot for. His name is Steven. Anyway, he's in Cali. I can connect you.
And I heard like Kelly's like the most dangerous city there. Or is it like more like in certain
Bro,
regions where
Latin
all the
America is
crime happens?
dangerous, bro.
Yeah.
Brazil's dangerous. Like, again, it's
Okay.
an inverse relationship. Quality of life, safety, infrastructure, streets that look like a quadratic, like tic-tac-toe board and not fucking crazy octopus arm streets is an inverse relationship to where you're gonna have an advantage and find hot, receptive girls that like you. The more shitty, boring, dangerous, the better the dating. Dude,
Yeah,
I
man.
know guys that come down to Sao Paulo and Rio, they can't even get girls that look different than the girls they got back home. But I'm not gonna say his name, but I have this guy. He was just like, "Oh, Mike, when I saw my wife, I was supposed to be just passing through Brazil. I wasn't supposed to live in Brazil. Oh, mate, I took one look at her. I had to have her, mate. I had to have her." Then his wife walks in the room, bro. She was like a 4, like a solid like 3.5, 4. And I'm like, this is what you left. Oh, mate, the whole course of my life changed when I saw her. Mate. I just looked one look at her. I just I had to have. I couldn't leave Brazil without her, mate. And it's like, well, first of all, you never left Brazil. You live in Brazil with her. But second of all, like, bro, like for her, jeez. Anyway, yeah, I think black men can really clean up in Sao Paulo. Yeah, the thing about Sao Paulo is like Pakistani men can clean up in Sao Paulo. Like Brazilian women are just very, very. That's why like there's not a lot of white advantage in Sao Paulo. There's just like man advantage. Like they just like men there. I don't know.
Another thing, guys, or like also for you, Casey. Oh, yeah, let's get this done first, and then I have another following up question.
I didn't get great receptiveness yet. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Let's just follow up on this.
You don't have anyone else in the line, right? We can talk, or how's it looking?
Yeah, but like, if anybody, just let me say to the chat, if anybody wants to join, look, if you just want to talk some shit, if you want to debate me, if there's anything you've seen on my YouTube where you're like, I disagree with this piece of shit, yeah, come debate me, or you can ask help. Yeah, we'll let you go for a bit longer then. But yeah, if somebody else wants, yeah, free coaching call or
that's
debate
fine.
me. But again, just if you're gonna join, just tell me you want to join and put your Instagram in the chat so I can send you the link to join. And yeah, you need a camera and a mic. I don't want any.
You should do this more often, Casey.
No, I'm going to start doing them often because I'm really, really good at organizing my thoughts and giving a rant, like a monologue into a camera, but I notice I'm not as charismatic or good on lives, but I want to get more comfortable and get better on live. So yeah, I'm going to start doing more of these.
That's how you connect with your audience, that's how you build a stronger relationship with your audience as well.
Of course.
But another thing is the age gap. Let's talk about the age gap. So here in Germany, it's kind of very strict.
Yeah.
I'm 37. They would look at me weird if I want to date a 26, 25-year-old girl. I guess that's feminist influence, I would say. But they don't see it as weird when you are 15, you want to date a 40-year-old woman, like 10-year difference. It's then okay when you're older, but not if you're younger. It's weird. In the Philippines, it's a complete different world. I mean, my friend is 53. In the Philippines, he was half Turkish, half German. And his girlfriend was hot and 22 years old. And they were my friends both. And that was a serious relationship, okay? And he had muscles, that guy, okay? Obviously, he had white hair and a white beard, but they were in love, like seriously, like they were my friends. And then she was a 22-year-old hot Filipina, like a gym girl as well. So
yeah.
Then I heard the same in Thailand. I guess it's in some other Asian countries similar. How is that in Brazil or Colombia, like based on your experience?
Yeah, so Colombia, the age thing is like never, and I don't say never, but okay, something we need to understand too is like sometimes when you see, like, again, this story, so the guy that's 60 or something like that, or 56, whatever, with the hot 23-year-old, props to him, by the way, but he's probably like a Chad jacked, good looking 53-year-old, and probably almost any girl, like even in Germany, probably an 18-year-old girl would date George Clooney, who's in his 50s or 60s now. So we have to understand that, number one, after like 35, we start to look worse and worse, as much as we men, hate to admit it, we do have a prime, and it ends at around 35-ish. So yeah, if you're looking to get a wifey, at a certain point, 43, 47, yeah, age does begin to be a big factor, even in a market where they accept it. But listen, if you age really well, you don't smoke cigarettes, you do
right?
routine. No, you look good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're 37, right? Yeah. it's not going to be an issue. It's not something to worry about in Colombia. It's probably about on par with what you've experienced in the Philippines. Maybe like not quite as strong, because I think in the Philippines they really don't care at all. But
Yeah.
comparable, right? In Colombia. I mean, these girls just don't want to work and clean dishes and work a shitty 9 to 5. Like their ideal thing is like marry for love and money, right? And when I say money, they just want to be supported, bro. Like a lot of these girls, it's like they're not gold diggers, but it's like they're not going to be washing dishes.
Yeah.
They want to they can take care of them, take care of the kid. They got an apartment, they got some food, a little minivan to take them to soccer practice, and that's it. They don't need like all this, extras. And then in Brazil, bro, I remember one time, and I was like, oh shit, like I'm not in Colombia anymore. I was Sao Paulo, which again is one of the more just generally difficult and one of the most heavily like Westernly influenced cities. And we talked about this on our live. As much as it is influenced Western, influenced by the West and feminism, it's still like not that bad. It only gets influenced like up to a certain point. It still is Brazil. But I approached this girl
Yeah.
and she was like, I don't know, she was young. She was like 21 or something like that. And I said, yeah, I'm 36 casually. And she goes, oh wow, there's a big like age difference between us, huh? But and like I could tell it was like a real like negative for her. It was like a bad thing. And then same thing in Sao Paulo. I was like flirting with some girl. We're chatting. And then she goes, oh, I'm 18. I was like, oh, damn, 18. Like, whew, glad you didn't say 17. She's like, why? How old are you? I was like, oh, I'm 36. Ghosted. Now, Brazilian girls ghost at any point, for any reason. But here's the thing. That's Sao Paulo. The north of Brazil, it wouldn't be the case. And this is the thing that, like I was saying earlier, Brazil is so diverse and so untapped. I really do love Brazil, but I don't know. I'm probably gonna leave it for like a Spanish-speaking Latin American country. But yeah, there's too many tattoos here. But like, put it this way, yeah, the age thing is not going to be an issue for you.
So I could date girls in the mid-20s, early 20s eventually.
Yeah.
Even when I'm 38, 39.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you use minoxidil and finasteride, like the topical. I don't take oral finasteride, but topical minoxidil, and keep all your hair. Keep in shape, keep in the gym, get a skincare.
Yeah, I mean, you saw my style. My style is on point. I'm trying to like also go to the gym and like eat healthy and then level up. I'm building an agency right now. I'm trying my best to like make a good long-term stable online income so I can travel and be free and live abroad for the rest of my life. And I want to build a personal brand as well. It's like there's so many things that I'm doing right now. So
yeah, I want to. I'm not a immensely successful guy, but one thing, so my community is called Modern Dating Mastery. I'm gonna rebrand it as something. I'm thinking of the name in the future. My ultimate plan within 2, 3, 4 years would be to include a more holistic thing with rather than only teaching dating, and also teach making money, because I have been very successful with other entrepreneurial ventures, and I also have done an agency, and once I'm even more of a big YouTuber personal brand, I'm at 50K, 100K, maybe 200K subscribers. Teach two things: how to either just be an influencer, or how, if you don't want to be the guy on camera making content all the time, how to be like a growth partner for an influencer. Because right now I am the influencer and the digital marketing strategist, growth partner. But anyway, that's just something that you guys can look forward to, because I know a lot of you guys want to be passport bros and want to go overseas, but a lot of it depends on you making money online. So I will eventually include that in the community.
Yeah, Casey, I did travel vlogs when I was in the Philippines, man. I started a YouTube channel with that, but I had to fly back after 6 months because the freelance business wasn't stable and I had to take care of some stuff.
Well, a travel vlog is like to talk about this,
travel
like
self-improvement blogs, basically. Travel self-improvement. Travel self-improvement blogs, basically.
Okay. So here's the thing, right? My channel has, I'm rounding up, I have 9.1, but let's pretend this is 3 weeks in the future. So I have 10K subscribers. Again, I technically only have 9.1K. I'll have 10K in 3 weeks. So we're flash forwarding to 3 weeks. I have 10K subscribers, and I'm doing roughly 10K cash collected every month, right? At like an 80-90% profit margin. It's almost all profit. Cool story, right? I had one of my first mentors, Karsten Fox, off of 500 subscribers, was making 20 to 25 grand a month. because his audience was a hardcore, it was business to business, cold email lead generation agency. If I just spoke a foreign language for you, setting up, or for the, not you, but for the subscribers, getting potential clients basically on autopilot using email accounts, spamming emails. The point being is there's two ways to make money with YouTube. One is just the views, like, oh, I went to Egypt and did amazing trial and I got, 10 million
that's
views.
not the goal.
Yeah. And that's like the schmuck way to do it. And then the smarter way is you solve a problem. I help guys find their wife and the person that they're gonna mix their DNA with and create the next generation of mankind with, which is a very important decision. So I can get paid for solving that problem. Business owners, like, you're so like, if you just, I don't know how to necessarily leverage, video editing, because if you make content about video editing and graphic design, it might just be other people. I guess you could teach it at some point, but anyway, I don't need to, give you like some, financial, coaching consultation right now, but I'm just saying, like, don't try to make money off YouTube views. Basically try to make, like, oh, the people who see, like, I wasn't even, like, put it this way. If there was a problem, if Google forgot to send me, like, it's called AdSense. Google AdSense is like their revenue program, like the money. Yeah. If there was a problem with my Google AdSense account and, like, they didn't send me the money in my bank account, bro, I probably wouldn't even notice. I'd probably look back like, it's been 6 months. I guess they never sent me my ad. Oh, well, whatever. Like, I make money from people who watch my shit and say, I want to join your community. I want you to coach me, this and that.
But I'm trying to, like, offer self-improvement coaching or something, like helping people to escape the 9-to-5. That's what I talk mainly in self-improvement blogs. But it kind of sucks because I'm back home and I'm kind of not location dependent now. But the goal is, like, to document my journey, so people can see what's happening, and I'm learning, and then, they call it, there's a word for it, I forgot, synthesize or something. I don't know if you heard that term before.
Synthesize?
Yes, like a synthesizer. Like, you solve your problems, you show to your audience, and then you sell it, the solution, basically.
I mean, there's no other way to, for me, for you or for me or for anybody doing this, the easiest, I don't know, most convincing sales pitch is like, why can you teach me how to create a successful YouTube channel and get a lot of followers and then get a recurring revenue community that pays you $50K a month? Casey, why can you teach me that? Because I've fucking done it, So the easiest way is like, and like, not only did I do it, I documented my whole journey from when I was struggling with it, from when I was failing with it.
That's perfect, man. That's what I'm trying to do at the moment. The same. I'm kind of behind, but I'm doing the same like you did before. And I'm trying to build a content creation agency that should help me to travel,
Yeah, someone mentioned Dan Coe. Dan Coe's got some decent stuff. I don't love Dan Coe, though. I feel like he's one of those guys that he'll put out a 45-minute video and he didn't really say much. Like, it could have been said in, like...
You can read his newsletter. 10 minutes. It's the same content.
Really? Okay.
That's what I do. Yeah, that's what I do. Like, his newsletter, read it in 15 minutes. It's his video, basically.
I feel like it's okay, but yeah.
But I'm trying. I'm thinking. Let's go back to the dating topic. I'm thinking also about Mexico. I have a friend in Guadalajara. He lives there. He's more like blue pilled. He's married right now. He's a Mexican. I knew him through poker, but I was thinking about Mexico because people say it's better there also for long-term relationships. Mexico might be an option.
Yeah, I hear, I have some experience with Mexican women, and I also hear from, other people, and other passport bros, other influencers I've collabed with and stuff. And yeah, Mexico's cool. Mexico's cool because its proximity to the US rubs off a culture of the US, not in terms of like the feminism, the wokeness of the masculinity of the women, but in terms of efficiency, intelligence, emphasis on education. And like, put it this way, right? Like, if you go to Denmark, Finland, Sweden, who are like what's like the pop music and celebrities and reality TV stars and politicians that they know, the American politicians and TV stars and reality shows, right? It's not like that in Brazil. And in Mexico it is. So it's nice to be able to relate to them culturally, just because like the American influence, they know all about our politics and what's going on, the memes and all that stuff. And yeah, good women. Just you got to be, again, I feel like a broken record saying this, but just like America is diverse, Brazil is diverse. So is
Mexico.
and there's a lot of places in Mexico where they're all just fucking tortas, bro. They're all just fat as fuck. So you got to be really, if you like, I think Mexico City has seen a huge influx in foreigners, number one. And I think just globally fitness culture, thank God, like gym and fitness culture, thanks to Instagram, is taking over too. So I think Mexico City has maybe changed a little bit for those two reasons. But bro, when I was there in 2017, you couldn't find an in shape person, man or woman, to save. You had to go to like the nightclub, like the, hotspot to find like in shape people. I mean, I remember just walking around and I'm like, I'm going to count the number of people that are not medically obese. And like in a whole day of walking around, I could count like 4. So just, yeah, don't go to Mexico City. Yeah. Guadalajara. And again, everything has their own shit. Like Guadalajara, my buddy Patrick came back from there, Coach Patrick Red on YouTube and Instagram. And he said that something like, I don't know, I'm making up numbers here, but it was a lot, like 4 out of the 6 of the girls he met or dated or smashed out there said that they had ex-boyfriends that were either dead or in jail that were in the cartel. Crazy. So it's like every city has its bullshit, bro. Like that's just one thing I've learned. You're just going to have to learn what are the major things that you just can't deal with, and take the good with the bad, and just kind of.
Yeah, I'll see. I'll go there and then see how how everything will go. At the end, if I have to, I can still go back when I'm 50 to the Philippines. So it's never too late.
The Philippines is always a safety net, bro. Again, like Asian women are not my favorite, but I know like.
Yeah, mine too. But I mean, they're sweet. You want to see them? Like Vietnamese women are nice, but they're super conservative. So it's kind of hard as a foreigner to get them. But some Filipinos are nice. Thai girls are nice. Some of them. You won't see as many hot women as probably like Latinas or so.
Mm-hmm.
But still,
yeah, like, and especially if you're white, man, they worship white guys out there, bro.
Yeah, but I saw some Filipinos who say they don't want white men; they want like brown guys or black guys. Those Filipinos exist as well.
Those are the lady boys, bro. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah. No, I'm kidding. No, yeah, of course, bro. Of course. I think when we talk about like the most elite class of people in any country, the rich, snobby people, they only date their own. Rich Thai only dates rich Thai. Like the elite of Philippines only date other Filipinos and stuff. Franklin says, what's your biggest gripe with the tats when you just smashing? They're just disgusting. Whether I put it this way, like a girl with, let's say like I somehow knew, I don't know how I would know this, but a girl was like, didn't have any STDs. So she has no STDs whatsoever. Then yeah, girl with a high body count, low body count. If it's just recreational use, I don't give a fuck if she's fucked 10,000 people. Again, assuming I know she doesn't have STDs, if it's just recreational use. But tattoos are literally ugly. It's like, I don't know. I just find them disgusting. Like, again, or even, Mo, what do you think of like a tiger? You would say like a tiger is like a beautiful animal, like a cheetah. Or do you ever look at like a lion and be like, damn, like that's a beautiful, you don't think any animal, do you think any animals like, okay. Do you think any buildings are like beautiful? Like, damn. So you don't think any buildings or animals are beautiful?
No.
What do you think is beautiful? That's not a woman. Anything?
I don't like tattoos at all.
What?
I don't like tattoos at all.
I'm not talking about tattoos. I said a tiger or a building. You don't think there's any architecture that made by man? You're like, damn, like that Taj Mahal is a gorgeous creation of man. It's a beautiful building. No?
Nothing comes to mind. No.
Okay. Well, a lot of people would look at a tiger and say, damn, that tiger is a gorgeous, majestic creature. I can't believe nature can make something so beautiful. And I thought that when I looked at a tiger. And I never in my head said, damn, that tiger's so beautiful. But you know what? If this tiger just had a butterfly scribbled on its body or a fucking flaming skull or, some Japanese writing, then the tiger would look way better. No, I thought a tiger looked good. I never looked at a naked woman and said, yeah, like if a toddler took a Sharpie and just scribbled some bullshit all over her fucking perfect, smooth, collagen-rich, young skin. Like, no, I take it without the scribbles. I just don't like them.
Yeah, no, that too.
Yeah, no. I think the South is better, but yeah, I would say
Question about America.
what?
A question about the USA. What if I want to go there and date? Where should I go? I mean, some of those blonde, blue-eyed California girls are hot, man.
What, did you hit your head?
Wrong
You
picture.
did the drugs just kick in?
Telling
You had a
you, I've been there
delayed
three-
effect?
Like I've been there 3 times. I was once in Miami and twice in Vegas. I mean, obviously that's a little bit different because those are big tourist cities.
Oh, let me guess. Did they have it just, they just line up for you, bro, and just orgies?
No, no.
Oh, really? They didn't?
I was just there for a week. Like,
Shocker.
no chance, right?
Jesus. No,
the
bro.
least IOIs I received was in Miami and Vegas.
And
Always-
no offense, not to be a
always
dick,
easy.
but like, yeah, you're like what, 5'1", 5'2"?
5'3". Yeah, 5'3".
Yeah, you're 5'3", bro.
They
Like,
ignore me. Yeah. I'm
and
invisible.
again, look, they ignore me too, bro. And I'm not, you know, but
Yeah.
we gotta be honest. Like, you know, I have a mirror. There's a mirror right there. I can see. Like, I know what I look like. Like, and here's the thing too. Like I said, even hypothetically, like if I was, you know, Fresh Prince CEO, my good friend.
Well, I'll
Walter
follow
Lee-
you, Casey.
Oh, 5'11".
Okay.
180 centimeters,
Yeah.
or 179.5, but I lie. But yeah, if I was Walter, you know, Fresh Prince CEO, and you know, I mentioned this before in this stream, like even if I could get all these American bitches, I wouldn't want them because, sure, like for recreational use, the hottest women I think in the world are in Miami, Los Angeles, and New York. I mean, equal to like Medellin and Barranquilla, but like I don't think like the top girls in America physically can be. I think they can be matched, but I don't think they can be beat by anywhere else in the world. Because we just have like the richest, most successful guys. It's called brain drain. Like a guy invents a new type of microchip or a new whatever technology thing, and American companies say, you live here now, you get a US visa and you come to Silicon Valley. It's called brain drain. Actually, it's Kyrgyzstan or Uzbekistan. One of these countries just literally banned people from leaving the country. They are all imprisoned because anybody with like an IQ of like 115, 120 or higher plucked, you're in America. Plucked, like you're just losing all their like their best talents. Like, well, we're just gonna make leaving the country illegal. But pussy drain is a real thing too, because who do these rich genius millionaire guys that get offered a visa to come to America? Who do they marry? The top women in their country. So, you know, America has the hottest bitches, but bro, like that fucking personality, man.
They're
I don't
gone.
do it.
They're either like hyper liberal or like super conservative, and I think both are like, you know, gone.
It's a combination of like super wokeness. You know, all women are super liberal. There's almost no conservative women. Like maybe in the South, but in the South is when you're gonna get like the obligatory, mandatory like obesity. Like it's just a law. If you're in the South, you just have to be obese. I think and I'm not into white girls, so the South is gonna be like obese white girls. And then the quote unquote good cities for dating. You know, LA, Chicago, New York, Miami. Yeah, man. They're just masculine. They don't act like women. You don't feel like if I'm at Airbnb, I'm traveling, I got like 4 or 5 of my bros, it's a big bro house. Like the house just smells like the gym, like testosterone and like sweat of like man in the house. And I go hang out with some women. Also the vibe, not just the smell, but like just the general vibe of like guys kind of like, hey, bro, you piece of shit. Da, 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 da. How, you know, guys kind of like fuck with each other. When I'm around American women, I don't feel any different because they do that, the banter, like they insult you. That's the way they flirt with you. They like neg you and tease you and rag on you. They're not compliant at all. They're stubborn. They're aggressive. They're obnoxious. And that's kind of like how my guy friends are. I mean, minus the obnoxious, but you know, my guy friends are aggressive. We can argue. We get, you know, combative. We have straw. We're all very opinionated. We all talk shit to each other. When I'm with a woman, I want to escape that. You know what I mean? Like, and they don't have, you know, the camaraderie you have with the guys. They're a liability. You know, you're paying for everything. So yeah, no.
Yeah, and the conservative women, what I noticed, like especially on Twitter, on X, is they also like want to go for the top 1% men. They have also like insane standards that are unrealistic. What I've noticed on X, they talk shit all the time there. I don't know. Are you on X or not?
No, I should. It's like on my list. The thing is, like, YouTube gives me such a good return. Like, I don't know. I should get on TikTok again as well. But anyway, all I'm trying to say is, like, I should get on these other platforms, but YouTube is just so good to me. Like, I can get 500 subscribers or more from just like one video.
Yeah.
And then the channel's really starting to take off now.
Casey, I saw your post on Instagram yesterday because you're looking for someone, right? An assistant. I was thinking I will be qualified as fuck for the position, but at the same time, I'm also building my own agency, so I'm not sure, man.
Choose, man. Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
not gonna. I'm actually gonna call
Yeah.
some guy about that after this, after we get done. Yeah, I don't have any time for. And that, look, I'll be honest. Even if you applied now, the fact that you said that would disqualify you, because I know
Yeah,
one
that's why I
thing.
didn't apply. That's why I didn't apply, because
Yeah,
I'm like doing my
yeah.
own shit. Yeah.
Because I can tell
Yeah.
right away. I guess I could be duped sometimes, but I've had so many people where, yeah, man, like, I'm in it to win it. When do we start? I'm your guy. I'm gonna be your soldier. I'll kill for you. I'm in the shared dream. And then like 2 days later, oh, I got another job offer, and yeah, I'm gonna take that job.
Yeah.
But I'm so sorry. It's like, all right.
I kind of
Um,
noticed how you like wrote the post and then the application. Like you're looking for someone that is like fully dedicated to your brand and wants to
Yeah.
help and grow it.
That's also
Yes, I
why I
didn't
put
apply.
like 20 questions on there too, just to even apply. If you're not gonna take, yeah, if you don't have the time to answer 20 questions to be my business partner, then yeah,
Maybe we
probably
can
not
do
the right
some
guy.
maybe we can do some business in the future when I have a content creation agency and it's big and have something
I am.
going. I told the
I
same to
do.
Austin. We'll see.
What'd you say?
We'll see. Like I told the same to
Yeah.
Austin.
Oh, cool.
You mentioned a couple of minutes ago Barranquilla. I heard they have the most beautiful women there in Colombia, but they are tall. That's what I heard.
I didn't hear
Have you been
that.
there?
I've never been there, but I've dated a few girls from there, and yeah, much better values. I don't know why more people don't go there. From what I've heard, is it's just extremely third worldy. Like, the city is just it's probably like how the north of Brazil is, I would imagine. I've been to the north of Brazil, but I've never been there. But yeah, like, probably like just shit sidewalks, cracked, can't walk anywhere. Everything's very spread out. Like Medellin, you can walk. They plant trees everywhere, super walkable. You won't even be in the sun. The trees will be shading you. Yeah, there's sidewalks everywhere. There's a lot of hills, but like it like has infrastructure. From what I heard, Barranquilla is like a horrible city. But again, like I said a million times, there is an inverse relationship to
Yeah, that again, yeah.
all that
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
that
It's
again, oh man.
yeah. So
You don't live in easy times when it comes to dating.
what'd you say? You don't
We don't live in the best times when it comes to dating.
bro, we really don't, man. This is why I call my community modern dating mastery, because I truly believe, like, the old thing, which would be like, I don't know, meet a girl through church who's got two bodies, who's comparing you and evaluating you amongst the other 70 guys that also go to the same church, and she'll be
Yeah.
super compliant. Like, it doesn't work anymore, bro. It's
And
all
even in the
digital.
Philippines, like even in the
What?
Philippines, Casey, even there in the Philippines, it's a third world country. Some girls grow up with like harsh circumstances and they get traumatized. And you see this type of girls.
Well, yeah, and this is,
And there's so many
everything's gonna
single mothers out
become,
there. It's crazy.
yeah, like the effects of like westernization, and just not even just like the globalization, there's always going to be some out in the boondocks, relatively untapped, passport bro places. But like Cebu, which is a city in the Philippines, as you know, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there'll be like a point in time where most cities you've heard of are like starting to get. Hopefully, I'll be like married, and I'm gonna tell my wife, I need to do some more market research, and keep the brand going. I'm always gonna date and fuck some other chicks, and I've never had that be a problem. I'll put that whole module in my course about that, about how to get the girl to accept the whole one side open relationship thing. I don't think I'll go too crazy on it, but I'll definitely have that. But hopefully I'm like, more or less, semi off the market when that happens. Because yeah, it'll take a while, but they'll be like, 20, 25 years when Guadalajara, Lima, Sao Paulo, Rio. I mean, they're already difficult. But they'll be like
More
Cebu,
westernized.
yeah, Warsaw. Like none of these places will be good anymore. It'll
Bro, I
all be
went
like,
on a Tinder date with a feminist in Manila. It happened. They lived there as well. Like a
yeah,
Filipino feminist. It happened
yeah.
really. Awful. That was awful. It was the most horrible date I ever had. She was
Well,
talking about the childhood traumas and shit, man.
do a video call first, man. I always do video calls before all my dates, man, to avoid that shit. Never, unless
Yeah, I
I'm
learned.
doing a cold approach and we've already met in real life. I never do a date without a video call because yeah, you'll walk into that trap.
Yeah.
So Robbie says 99% of history didn't have dating. My grandparents had an arranged marriage, and so did most people's grandparents. Is that you? Are you in India or? I guess well, raw
Like me,
beef.
for example, as a Muslim, I could have still some opportunities in the Middle East, but it's not as easy as everyone thinks because you really have to get through the family, which can be risk. Like there can be some risks as well. It's not as easy. But maybe like I see Malaysia as an option. Like I heard some good stuff about it. I might check it out as well. But
Malaysia.
maybe I end up happy in South America.
So this is the thing. This is another reason why, like, I think we're, I don't know how many years off, 20 years, whatever, before like AI somehow solves the language problem. Like Japan, like the thing about, again, this is why you really can't have it all. I guess that's kind of the beauty of like the earth and stuff like that. But like Japan, clean society, they're living 10 years into the future. It's surprisingly actually not that expensive because their currency is the shit. If you in the shit, or if you have dollars, it's really, really beneficial for you there. Amazing food, amazing culture, almost completely devoid of any violent crime, respectful culture. What else? I mean, they're just the Japanese, they're just the smartest, most efficient, people. But like, bro,
They're
as
also
if
racist, right? But they're
what?
also racist. They're also racist.
Uh Perhaps. Yeah, I think they are, but
Yeah,
I
MLD
think there's
mentioned it a
like
couple of times.
I think I could find a good 20% of the girls that aren't racist that would
Yeah,
probably, give me the world. I think as a, 5'10" and a half, 5'11", jacked by Japanese standards, jacked white guy, I would do well there. But my thing is like, fuck if I'm going to deal with that time zone, like never be able to talk to my US friends. Fuck if I'm going to learn Japanese. Fuck if I'm going to be attracted to Japanese girls. No offense. If there's any Japanese girls, well, I'm sure all my viewers are young Japanese girls, but no, as if I'm going to, yeah, like, dude, they're just not it.
it's nowhere perfect, right? There's always some issue.
Yeah.
That's man. There's always some issue.
Always some issue, man. And this is, or even a place like, like Denmark or something like that would have a lot of the same advantages that, just like clean society, people get along. Yeah, I don't think they have, well, Denmark may have woke culture, but
Yeah,
actually Japan wouldn't have woke culture, or not nearly as bad. And this is why when we had what was his name? Estevan, I think, whatever his name was, before you, the guy from the Dominican Republic, he was saying, well, what do you do when you meet this girl and you bring her back? Like, I have to really start thinking about that because, again, like I said, one option is, raise the kids in Latin America, and I don't want to have my kids turn out to be kind of like zesty. If you like, Latin guys are zesty, bro. I don't care what anybody says. I like anyone who says like Latin guy, like American, Canadian, British, Australian guys aren't the most masculine men is off their rocker, bro.
So
I don't know
where. The Latinos?
What?
They are soft, the Latinos?
No, I wouldn't say they're soft, but they're just like, they're feminine. Like, you ever meet, like, I don't know how to say it. Like, yeah, like, I mean, back me up in the chat. Like, am I wrong? Like, Latino men just have an effeminate vibe. I would say, especially in Medellin, a bit less so in, Rio and Sao Paulo, Brazil. But again, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know if I want my kids to be that much, they're going to listen to like that trash Brazilian funk music and like, I don't know, man. Well, I don't think I would do it in Brazil.
Why is not Mexico an option for you?
Mexico is an option, bro. Everything's an option. That's the problem. There's too many options. It's giving me a panic attack, bro. Florida is a good option. Really conservative. But
Yeah, I
then
have to live
again,
over there. I don't want to be in Germany. Like, it's not even my country, right? Like, you, America is your country. You're American, but me in Germany, and it gets worse with the immigration shit here, and racism, and then the hate and the problems that we have here. Like, I have to like be abroad for the rest of my life at some point.
well, actually, let me ask you a question. What's up? I know some Afghani women, and maybe it's only like the top 0.1%, but bro, some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen are Afghani women. Why don't you just go?
The Persian women, the Iran and Afghanistan women, yeah, some of them are like super, super hot, yeah.
Yeah, so dude, why don't you just go clean up? Do you speak Afghani?
Yeah, Persian, yeah. Dari. We speak Dari, yeah.
How many languages are spoken in Afghanistan?
All them, there's a couple of them. I don't understand them all. I just speak
Do you,
Dari,
do you-
like the
do you-
Persian.
is that like one of the primary ones?
Yeah, that's the main one, yeah.
Because you speak the main language, bro. Some tribal woman who takes the goats out to the field, and she
The
would
issue
probably
is
give you the world.
there are a lot of issues in that country and war and problems. A lot of the women are traumatized. And my two
Really,
uncles, like,
Afghanistan has wars and problems? I
oh my
didn't know
god.
that.
And my two uncles like married, like they got a woman from Afghanistan. And they have huge issues with them. So I mean, it can still work. That could be an option. Like I could go back to the Middle East and then
Man,
do that
a
eventually.
nice Princess Jasmine, though, bro. I will say one thing. Iranian girls, Persian girls, or even call them Iranian. I call them Iranian because Persia is not a country.
They're very arrogant, the Iranians.
Arrogant, but they got ass, bro. They got fucking cheeks, bro. Persian women, Iranian women, they got fucking ass, bro. And they have big eyes like a Disney princess and brown skin, and
They're
they
seen as
are
one of the most beautiful
bad.
women, the Iranian. I know, yeah.
They are bad, bro.
But then you have the issue
Oh,
with the mentality and the attitude again, you know?
oh
It's
yeah.
never perfect.
Beverly Hills, LA's Jewish Persian girls are the worst human beings I've ever met.
There are a
I'm
lot of
Jewish too.
Persians in LA, yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, they're the worst. But yeah, I mean, something to consider, man. I'm gonna grow roots. I'm gonna pick some country in Latin America. It's probably be a Spanish speaking one. Again, Brazil. I do love Brazil, but it also just irks me. The long and short of Brazil is this, right? The cities that would be desirable to live in would be horrible to date in, and the cities that would actually be good for dating are a little too third world and too shitty for me, and I'd have absolutely other zero like expats to relate with. Portuguese is cool. My Portuguese is good. It's like a 6.5 out of 10. My Spanish is probably an 8.5. My Spanish is fucking legit. My Spanish is awesome. My Portuguese is not. I don't know if I have the dedication to learn Portuguese. The tattoos are an issue. The high body count and mileage is a bit of an issue. And yeah, again, like the main thing is just, anywhere I'd want to live, bro. I mean, I am thankful that I lived in Sao Paulo for like, what was it, 6, 7, 8, 9 months, because I almost got to date like an American again. Like all my advantage, I was even kind of famous in Colombia with my parties. I got to date like one of you poor schmucks in America and be in like and that's why I developed all these things like online dating, virtual assistants for all the volume and the funny, charming video content. If you want to know more about this, join my community on Skool. Here, I'll post that link again. But you can like learn about all this stuff that I teach. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad I got to play the game on fucking hard mode again, man. But I like, and here's the thing too, right? Like, I know what I look like. If anybody, like, I am told that I am ugly and my eyes are too close together and I have a narrow mid face and yellow teeth and a shit hairline. I am told this on a daily basis, multiple times a day. I am reminded that I am not a gorgeous physical specimen, but all things considered, the confidence, like you guys just see me ranting to y'all motherfuckers and, in the YouTube video, speaking to a camera in an empty room, screaming into a microphone. You don't know how I am around women. I post some infield. Oh, I did post some date vlogs, and I did post me picking up girls. I did post some infield. That's actually on my YouTube. I'm gonna start posting more, but you guys don't know how charming I am with women. Like I put
Nah, bro,
women,
you from RST, man. You learned a lot.
bro.
Those
Yeah,
are
like
legends. RST's
I
they're
put girls
legends.
in their place in a charming way with a smile. It's instant like daddy frame with them. I'm amazing at building connection with them. I'm 5'10", 5'11", which is 6 feet, 6'1", for the dating market I'm in, which is Latin America. I'm a rising star in terms of success and income. You know, I'm getting to the point where I won't have to like, you know, touch up my photo here. I'm gonna take my shirt off for the camera. I'm getting to the point where I won't even need to like touch up my photos anymore. I'm getting like a little bit of like low key, like, I don't know. Like, I don't think it's like that bad. Like, I don't think I'm a fucking, you know, I don't think my video game avatar. Look, is there a lot of room for improvement? Sure, but I know when I take my shirt off, girls fondle me and grab my muscles. Girls pinch my butt. Girls tell me I'm handsome. Like, so my point being is like, if you look at me as like a video game character, like my avatar could be improved. Like, there's a lot of like points for improvement. But at the end of the day, just keeping on the video game analogy, if the server is too difficult and the server is too hard, then why not just go to a different server? Like, I can only upgrade my avatar. Like, I'm already 36. I'm not getting any younger. I'm already in the gym, you know, 6 days a week for an hour and a half. Like, I don't know how much more, you know, I make, you know, I publish like a video a day for 35. Like, I don't know what more I can do. And yes, it's very prideful. I can stay at, like, I could just stay in America and like, then no one could tell me you're cheating by playing the game on easy mode, going overseas. But it's like, bro, like,
People
the
are weird, man.
smartest thing I can do is just change my
Yeah.
location. Like just
Once you're
go
there,
where I'm appreciated. Like, you know, it's like if I'm here, so I have a mirror image. It's really hard to control my hands because I move this hand and the opposite one moves. I don't know if I can make this analogy, but because the hands are like opposite because the cameras. Anyway, but like if I'm here and I have to get to here, like if the women could meet me halfway, like that could work. But like I just like, again, it's like that's what I'm a proponent of. Half self-improvement and half just being smart and go into a market where you're already high value and appreciated for what you are.
yeah, two things I want to say. So the first thing is the guys that complain and say you play on easy mode, like those guys, they never traveled and maybe they were just for 1 week vacation somewhere isolated, want to see how the girls are abroad outside the West. You never want to go back to the West. Trust me. Like what I have seen in the Philippines, like I have no tolerance here for Germany anymore. And the second thing is when it comes to the looks, like I guess most of your audience is American, and in the West, looks and height plays a huge role. Like you have to get out of that mindset when you
Yes.
leave the West. Like even like some traditional Eastern European girls are here, and there are a lot of them here in Europe and Germany. And I noticed they don't pay that much attention when it comes to height or looks. It was even more extreme in the Philippines. They didn't pay to that. They don't pay attention to that at all.
Well, the perfect thing, Casey, don't forget white and
They don't
pasty.
care about this shit.
That's a bonus
Yeah.
in a lot of places. That's not a negative. In the Philippines, the whiter the better. If I could get whiter somehow, that would be impossible. But if I could get whiter somehow, I would be even sexy. Again, that's the thing. Like you just said it perfectly. Even the people who call me ugly are doing it by number one, Western standards, and number two, just by
Yeah,
putting
their
that
Western
much
mindset.
emphasis on appearance in the first place.
They have to get out of the worldview that they have been programmed by the West. Like it's completely different outside of the
Yeah.
West.
Yeah, it's
Just
and
take
again,
care of
you
yourself.
understand, you
Be a
gotta
good
understand
dude.
things too. I'm gonna put out a video about this. I'll give you guys a preview. It's called "How Attraction Actually Works for Women." So we'll just make up an arbitrary system. A woman, for you to be like the sex-worthy guy, for her to want to fuck you, you need 10 points, right? So if you're Brad Pitt, you can get all those 10 points from your looks. But if she's going to say, okay, like, I don't know, we'll just say me, for example, you know, my looks gives me 3 points. The chemistry and connection we have gives me 4 points. Now I'm at a 7. What she, you know, money and status account for 3 points in her eyes, or maybe 4 points. I have 10, 11 points now. So you need to get, you know, at least 10 points to sleep with this girl, right? For a lot of women, they don't even consider drawing their points, their 10 points they need from looks. There are women that are more superficial about looks than I am. I had a girl, her name was Jessica Ryan. She was a girl that I used to take out in LA all the time. Typical blonde Barbie doll. She was just as dirty as me. She'd look at guys and be like, ooh, I want to see, like, get him to send me a dick pic. And like guys would, like, she'd be drunk and like guys would walk by, she'd like grab guys' asses and like always be like touching guys and shit. All she talked about was looks and height, looks and height, looks and height. But not
That's
every
crazy.
girl is Jessica Ryan. A lot of
Yeah.
girls, like, girls line up to fuck Kodak Black. You know, like they say, oh, status. Status is number one thing. Status, all you need is status, status, status. Celebrities and status, that's the main thing. That's true, but Jessica Ryan wouldn't fuck you if you were an ugly celebrity. You still had to be hot. Like, but a lot of girls, I'd say, like, for the most part, you know, status is number one thing. But anyway, all I'm trying to say is, like, girls have different blueprints. And especially in other countries, yeah, like, looks is not what they're trained to look at as like the number one or two thing like they are in the West.
Yeah, it's feminist programming, probably, I guess. A part of it. The masculinity. Because
Yeah.
they're masculine, they pay attention to looks like men do, you know? That's what I would assume.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, you know, dating apps and Instagram's kind of making that worse globally. Brazilian women, it really just depends. That's another thing about Brazil is like, again, back to what not to get my whole speech again, but like, rather than try to upgrade my character, I think I've, and here's another thing too, right? About women in general, American and Brazilian women. I actually talked about this in a video, guys, another, preview of upcoming content. Number one thing is, you know, status, your reputation, the value you provide, the problems you solve. It was very easy to stand out as like a good problem solver or high status guy when you're competing with 150 people in your tribe, because evolutionarily we lived in 150 person tribes. Now I'd have to be useful and valuable and interesting and more charismatic and rich and whatever, have higher status than 3.5 billion people, because the world is globalized now thanks to social media. But now guys are getting status for what I would call absolutely fucking retarded things. So everybody knows what mumble rap is. Skip it flop, I flip it a niggas, a pick up that bubble, a nigga about skip it flop, flip it flop. Like, men get paid to make like horrible sounds. And then there's this thing, Brazilian vangu bai, jingi bagi vangu bai, dingu bai, dingu. Like, that's what Brazilian funky sounds like. So it's like men are gaining like status for creating mumble rap and things that they should be smacked and they should be bitch smacked for across their fucking face for even thinking that like qualified as music. But, you know, they have these videos get, you know, 30, 40, 50 million views, groupies line up for them, etc. So you have these women just like blindly chasing status for men that gained their status doing the most retarded shit.
But that's like a US thing, right? Like a Western thing, mainly, right?
No, like, dude, okay, put it this way. All right. If I was to gain value in my tribe 200,000 years ago, I'd have to do something that was actually useful. Maybe I'm not the biggest, strongest, most burly guy, but maybe I can make the best spear or make the best bow and arrow, or on the hike, I'm always the guy who can find water. I don't know how I do it, but I'm just good at finding water, which is important. So me, I can earn my keep in some way. And these would be things that would be inarguable, like value, like finding water, making a spear, protecting you from animals, strength. But now these things that can gain you status, like, dude, I'm not going to become a mumble rapper. I'm not going to dance on TikTok. I'm not going to, I don't know, do XYZ fuckboy thing that gains status in her stupid world. And again, this is like I talk about, like Brazilian funky, that terrible music. Like, bro, the girls that are lining up to fuck these funk music producers, I mean, they're so gorgeous you wouldn't even believe it. You would think the girl was like, if you saw a photo of her with no filter, you would think it was AI. Like, and that's just my point. Like, not only have men been stripped of their status because we're all strangers. Again, 150 years ago in my 200,000 years ago in my 150 person tribe, or even like in the fucking 60s or 70s. Like, yes, I'd get like, if I was in Los Angeles in the 1950s, I'd still be a stranger to most people, but she wouldn't be comparing me to everybody on social media. There was just a lot more like, you know, people knew their neighbors, people knew people through church. I think the lack of church as like a social network is like a, you know, huge down thing, but people would know each other more. And again, you just wouldn't be getting, you know, compared to as many people, but like women still have youth and beauty. That worked 200,000 years ago. It works today. Maybe they have more competition. Maybe they don't have to compete to be young and fit with 150 people in their tribe. They got to, you know, there's a lot more young and fit women out there. But at the end of the day, if a woman just does a lot of squats, does her hamstrings, her Romanian deadlifts, that little exercise where they flick their hips and they kind of fuck the air. Gets a sexy toned lower body at the gym. You know, they like hump, they put the bar and they just kind of like hump and thrust with their ass. I don't know if you know that exercise, but
Yeah.
If you do that, don't eat like a land whale and don't be super competitive and irritating, you're good. Like a woman could wear her value. I can't wear my personality. A girl can't look at me and be like, you know what? I can just tell by that shirt that he's charming and interesting and knows a lot about female psychology. What's going to turn me on? He's going to be nice and charming and cool and fun. But at the same time, he's going to check me and have a masculine backbone. If I go too far, he's going to keep things interesting. He's going to be I can just tell by looking at him. They don't know me. So that's what causes, you know, this big dating gap. I don't know how we got on this topic, but I'm just ranting now. I was talking about China. Let's just read this comment. China is having the same problems as the US. It's not just feminism, it's economics that are ruining our relationship. Yeah, elaborate on that. Economics. Do you mean like, because I know China's kind of like fucked and like the work culture. I know I've heard, I don't know if it's true, but I've heard in China it's normal to work, I don't know, insane hours.
When it comes to status, what we was just talking about, like what I've noticed in the Philippines is when they know you come from a first world country, they don't, I don't know, it's like weird. They think you have endless amounts of money, which gives you automatically higher status.
Yeah. So that's true.
So
I
you
call it the
stand
white
out.
Rolex. I call it the white Rolex. Because, like, you know, the only reason why you buy a Rolex is to be like, look at my Rolex. I'm rich. I could buy a Rolex. But, like, sometimes when you're white. All right, guys, I'm going to read a few more. If anyone has, like, a super cool burning comment or thing you want to add, speak now or forever hold your peace. Mo, if you have anything, I'm just going to read some chats. And then, yeah, if you want to say something at the end, you can. I'm going to sign off here. It's almost 2 hours. Woman in easy mode. Yeah, all she needs to do is, not be fat, not be rude. And here's the thing too, right? Following what I said, just do the squats, work the shit, you know, out of your lower body, have toned legs, toned butt. Okay, not every girl can have a huge ass, but every girl can have like an okay ass. But I get it. Some girls' asses won't be big as the others. Some girls are still going to have small boobs. Some can get implants. Some won't want to do that. Some will have less attractive faces. But if you're just fit, but your ass isn't that big and your face isn't the greatest, faces are very subjective. So there could be a guy that looks at your face and maybe it's, you know, generally not that attractive, but he just likes your face and your bone structure, you know, kind of a smaller butt. A lot of guys prefer that small yoga instructor butt. So it's like, even if you don't, like, if you're just hot to 1% of men, do you know, like on a dating app, how quickly 100 high status men will come across you, especially over like the course of like a month? Someone said, okay, Casey, what's your take on previous PUAs who lived in Brazil, Roosh V and James Tusk? Roosh V, like, honestly, I don't know. I like, my opinion on him is like, he wrote a bunch of guides on travel. He probably did a lot for the community early on. And then I think Roosh went crazy and become like a pastor or something. And James Tusk, is he that British guy?
Yeah, but he's like a tall, Chad, good-looking guy. It's
He was
like
like the
he's in a
long hair,
different.
but he's older now, right? He's like 50
No, he's
or
not
something.
old. He's like my age, I think.
How old are you?
37.
Let me just Google him. James Tusk. If he's, is he
Yeah,
the guy?
he's like a good-looking, tall, Chad guy. Like he's like with him, it's like a different world.
Let me see him. Oh no, I don't know him. He's not the guy I was thinking of. Yeah, he does kind of look like, I can't find like a clear picture of him though, but I guess he kind of looks like a Chad, yeah. Somewhat.
There was a crazy video with them. Like
I'll check him out.
girls shit. Like they are promoting the boot camp.
I'll say one thing about these other dating coaches. I don't want to talk about anyone in specific. Maybe I'll later do hit pieces, but a lot of these guys are just clowns, and a lot of guys fake their infield as well. I don't know if a lot of guys, but some guys, like, bro, it's just like they do everything on the checklist wrong, and it's so staged and set up. Like the girls just stand. Like, when does a hot girl just stand around? I don't know, waiting for a guy. I think the biggest mistake you make is your analysis. It's not about feminism or liberalism for the most part. It's about economics and education and women becoming more educated and having careers. Men in the past only needed to have a job and they could get a woman. Women don't need men economically anymore. So they are way more. Yeah. So all these things
It's
contribute to
just one
that.
fact. Nah.
There's so many dimensions of this, bro. But like, men are trash was a trending hashtag on Instagram and TikTok before they finally banned it. Like for a while, like men are garbage, men are trash would have like, I don't know, 40 million tagged videos or something like that. Like I don't know the exact number, but if you ask, there's like all these TikToks, like they'll be going around something like nightlife spot. I don't know if it's, you know, 3rd Street Promenade, LA, or no, it wouldn't be there. It would be, I don't know, whatever. Some like Austin, Texas, with like a bunch of bars, and he'll film. He's like, "Do we need men? Do we? No, fuck men. Men ain't shit." Da 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 da. Like women generally are taught to hate men. Like I get the economics thing, and actually I talk about that in one of my my videos, but there's more to it. It's like it's the feminism, it's social media. I mean, it's what you said, the changing economics. It's that and it's like 10 other things. Cool. All right, Mo, do you have anything you want to say real
Yeah,
quick
that's
or?
the closest. Yeah, yeah. So I will try the thing with Tinder for sure. It's a good strategy to see where you can have the best chances. But like, would you recommend me to not put my height in it? I didn't put it in the Philippines, like no height. But I mean, they don't care about it because they were short
Yeah, don't.
anyways. Yeah, I'm not
Don't.
doing
And then
that.
also maybe maybe take a lot of your photos sitting down.
Yeah,
It's hard. There's like some dating coach in Colombia that's, I think he's
but you
even
don't see
shorter
that
than
I'm
you.
short when I'm standing. Like, you don't see that really, or do you think so?
I mean, I can tell. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. Interesting.
yeah, I can tell. But I mean, I mean, I don't think you're gonna be able to hide it. And look, she's gonna find out when. But like, put it this
I
way,
mean, they're
we'll
short in Colombia and Brazil, right? They're short
yeah.
anyways.
The chat can chime in on this. I guess chat just say
Can you share a screen so they can see it?
yeah, I am. Yeah, yeah. I just say agree or disagree. So chat, you can type in and say agree or disagree. But I think here, whoops, let me zoom out.
Yeah, I'm gonna delete that. Fuck shit.
Well, no, I was gonna say here, I can't really tell your height. Let me like fully zoom out here. Okay, is that okay? Whatever. Like here, I can't really. Well, I mean, if I'm looking at, I can, like, sorry, they're always gonna be able to tell you're short if you actually look for it. But I'm just saying here, it's less obvious.
Can you open?
Here, you barely, you know, could tell at all. Here, let me just go through this a little bit.
Yeah,
Here, again, very hard to tell you're short here. But then like.
those ones that I'm standing full. Yeah.
Yeah, like super easy to tell you're short there.
Okay, interesting.
Super easy to tell there. Again, like here, I mean, look, you can always tell you're short, but I mean, it's hard. Like I don't like immediately, oh, this guy's short versus like, well, this one you're sitting down, I can tell it's the arms, man. Yeah. Let me see here.
Can you open the top one? Like, go
This
back
one
to the
right
top.
here.
The left. No, the other. Yeah, this one. Girls like this picture the most on my Tinder. They told me.
Yeah, you kind of got a power pose. You look masculine. You almost look like dangerous. You look like the
Yeah.
perfect amount of like serious but not sad or angry or negative vibes.
They
Let's
like this
see.
the most.
Can we see this girl who commented the little star eyes? Or do you not want to show
Ah,
her?
yeah, yeah. Open her. Like, she's super liberal. She followed me and then unfollowed me and then.
She's in the Philippines?
No, she's super liberal. I said. She
But
was
where is
talking
she?
about it.
She's in Germany or?
No. She was just traveling and followed me and unfollowed me. Then it was weird.
But where,
She's in
okay,
South America right now.
where
I
is
think.
she from and where did you meet her?
Nowhere, just Instagram. She followed me. She found my picture and just followed me.
Oh, well, I guess she's Swedish. So she's probably like 9'12". Wow, so she just literally found you on Instagram. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
and
she
then
doesn't look Filipino, so that's why I was like,
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, thank you guys for coming on. Looking for people to debate me. Yo, I want someone to talk shit. Tell me I'm a fucking idiot. Tell me all the shit
Maybe I debate you on something in the near future. Let's see.
yeah, seriously,
Whatever
no.
comes up.
Or if anybody wants to be a not what do you call it? Privacy weirdo and actually look, we can like even have a discussion. You're not necessarily like come for like a coaching session or whatever. But anyway, that's it. Again, thank you, Mo,
Thanks, Casey,
for
man.
being on. And until next time, boys. Peace out.